3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce, 3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce, get out your ledger and pull the contract. Stake for 10 years, that's how we stack. See my post chain, see my Cadillac, it's the job. We don't know where it's at. 3650, 3650. 3650, 3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce, 3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce, 3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce, 3650 squad, we square jobs, make a check gains. The secret sauce.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and this is our live AMA. We come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
I am good. What a day. What a day.
Yes, no doubt. It seems like every day the last few weeks and even months have just
What
been,
a 4 days.
yeah, exactly, have just been super productive on our side. LA's been killing it in the background. She is definitely the more organized team member. So she's been organizing a ton of our socials, promo, AMAs, you name it. And we've just been busy getting all the new developments and products out. So we're going to talk all about that today. Lots of updates, some alpha sprinkled in. We're going to try to keep it somewhat short and sweet. We have another killer AMA later tonight with yours truly, which we'll talk about in a minute as well. A big time Pulse icon, and we're excited to be involved. So anyway, before we get to all, yeah, go ahead, Elliot. Yep.
Sorry. Before we get started, I just got to remind all you guys, don't be slowpokes like turtles and forget to, press that like button. You get on it like rabbits and go do it real fast.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Yes, exactly. We always forget to plug the like button. So like, comment, and subscribe, please. That really helps us and get the algorithm going and get this out to more people. So, all right. Well, I will start with a bit of a market update, and then we can go into some other updates as well. But things are absolutely revving up in the crypto markets overall. ETH is well over 3K now. I think last I looked, it was actually closer to 3,200, which is just insane. And Bitcoin now at 54K. We're picking up momentum way earlier than I think a lot of people anticipated, which could be an incredible sign for an extended bull market. And again, I mean, who knows the kind of numbers that we could see. Typically, we don't see momentum starting until later in the year after halvening. And the halvening is still a few months away. So we could see things just absolutely go bananas later this year and early into next year. And who knows, maybe even extended cycle into 2026 would be, bonkers. So really exciting. I know I'm excited. LA, how about you? It's great to see the positive sentiment and momentum in the markets for sure.
Absolutely. Like I had a mini celebration the other day when I don't know if it was yesterday, when I looked at the CoinGecko homepage and saw that ETH broke 3,000. I was like, oof, here we go.
Yes, no doubt. Well, and it's good for us too. Again, obviously, the BTC and ETH, they tend to run first. ETH, is technically an altcoin. but it's a bit decorrelated. However, once we see profit taking in ETH and BTC, then that's when we really see the altcoins start to run. And with EMP and Spark and Pulse, all of those are, alt tokens. So we get it both sides, especially on EMP, because right now, as ETH is going up, it's dragging the price of Spark up with it. And we've also had some great buy pressure on EMP as well with some of our bullish updates. So PEG is getting healthier. And when we see $4,000 ETH and when we are at one-to-one PEG with that magic 4,000, we will see $1 EMP. And that is, the goal from here. So really exciting times. We're getting exposure through all of our tokens to the broader crypto markets as well. And we hope to see PLS have that same success as well. Who knows? I don't want to speculate on that, but could be even better as well. So, all right, LA, anything else you want to add to that?
Not to that section. No, I think we're good on that. Except that I think that a lot of our emperors are realizing just how insane this peg bonus might really truly be, and we hear a lot of them talking about packing their bags nice and full because holy crap, those X's keep getting more and more. So
Yeah, 100%. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the EMP section, but things are looking super healthy. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into Sparkswap. Um, again, speaking of that correlation with Pulse, I mean, and I don't even know if this is in our notes. We can go over it again, but the actual dollar value of our LP is just continuing to look incredibly strong. I mean, we are well over $3 million of total LP on Spark. Again, the majority of that is Spark PLS, and the Spark sDai is growing even more as well, and that's super bullish. I mean, last I looked, and I think it's still the case, we are like the number 6 most liquid token on all of Pulse Chain, and when we see all that momentum enter back into Pulse, and Pulse itself starts to run, that will, again, because of that bonded liquidity, do absolute wonders for the price of Spark. So you're getting exposure no matter how you look at it. All right, so now for the major update today. We've had a massive day, and again, a massive week coming as well. And that is with our brand new boosted vault. So, LA, do you want to go over that real quick? I know you've been in the trenches spreading the word. So, yeah.
yeah, so we launched our new boosted vaults today. You probably saw the announcements everywhere. We unveiled 3 new vaults today with boosted APYs. They will be boosted for 2 full weeks. They're featuring LPs with USDC WPLS, WPLS DAI, and PLSX PLS. Any combination of 1 to 3 LPs in those vaults. You'll have to go check them out to see the specifics. They are all 50% take profits and 50% compound, and they all pay out in Spark ETFs. And so they have incredible APYs right now with those boosted vaults, and the main kind of incentive behind this is for us to really, really take this momentum we've been building and just absolutely skyrocket it to get the word out on Pulse Chain, to attract a lot of Pulse Chain users who may not be involved in Sparkswap yet. And I think that, like, based on the reaction today on the socials, we're really achieving that goal. There's a lot of people who have been saying like they've been waiting for their chance to get involved with Sparkswap, but they maybe felt like they missed that like initial chance, which I don't agree with, but that was their perception. And this is kind of that next opportunity that they see to get in with, boosted APYs. So a lot of people have been earning pretty low APYs on these particular LPs, and this is an opportunity for some boosted APYs and to really not only earn profit, but to really build their bags with this hyper compounding. So I'm sure you have some to add to that, HA.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great overview, LA. And again, we may cover some things more than once here, but I want to make sure we drive it home for everybody. So I did pull up my screen. This is the vaults page. Again, the brand new vaults are all going to be these PulseX growth farms or vaults rather, and it will be noted with this purple APY. That means that it is a boosted vault. We've put $1,000 in each of these to really boost the rewards. And so with this, it's a great way for people to get exposed. On top of like LA said, this auto compounding, which again, just to clarify, APY includes the auto compounding. APR or the daily rate is what you get per day. And obviously it's a little hard to calculate APY as a daily yield because it's over the entire year, and these boosts are only going to be happening for the next 2 weeks. But this daily yield is pretty much spot on what you can be getting or what you can expect to be getting. And remember too, half of that is auto compounded right back into your position. So not only are you taking profit in the ETF, which I'll talk about in a second, but you're building your bag as well because, hypothetically speaking, say that you were able to earn $100 on your LP for the day, $50 of that goes back in to buy PulseX and PLS if you're in this farm particularly, and the other 50 is in the take profit of Spark, sDai, and ETH ETF. And you can hold that ETF and earn from that as well because all those assets will rebalance. Again, that's the really cool part of this vault is that all the assets in the ETFs, as one asset goes up and another asset goes down, it will actually rebalance, essentially buying the bottom and selling the top of all three of those assets. So that's one way to, again, also profit. Or if you're not bullish on anything with the ETFs, you can just simply go to My Profit. You will claim your profits every day here, and then they will show up as an ETF up here. And then it'll show up under My ETFs, which again, this wallet is a test wallet, so it's not on there, but it will be this one, the Spark ETF. And if you just view fund, uh, this will be the screen that shows up, and then you can burn your ETF into, again, anything that you want. So more Spark, again, just feed your Sparkler or any other asset. And again, this is super beneficial to the protocol because it's about getting more and more volume, more and more TVL. And today alone, let me go back to the vault. We've had, just with this new initiative, we've had about 200K enter the vaults just today alone. So the TVL now is over 2.2 million. So pretty amazing, huh, LA? For what? It's been like 5 hours, if that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It's
So
huge.
yeah, anything on that you wanted me to cover, go over more while I have my screen up, or I think it was pretty comprehensive, and we have a full tutorial as well on our YouTube channel for everything you need to know about the vaults.
And just a small comment. I know some people were just wondering why the daily wasn't necessarily reflecting the boost. They are going to work on that, kind of displaying tomorrow, but being that they started out in the trillions of APY when it launched, it couldn't necessarily reflect that on a daily basis. So they wanted to kind of undershoot it so that no one would think that they were earning more than they actually were.
Yeah,
So
no doubt. We like to be conservative,
better
for
to
sure.
promise, over deliver.
Yeah.
So pay more attention to the APY than the daily.
Yep, 100%. And again, we as more people enter the vault as well, that obviously reduces the APR and APY. But just the bottom line you have to remember is these vaults are extremely much more profitable than if you would just have your manual farm position in PulseX and even in Spark. I mean, that's the whole point of these vaults is that it's much more economically efficient because it auto compounds for you up to an hour every day, every 24 hours a day, every hour on some of the bigger vaults. And again, you're also sharing in the gas fees as well. So even though the gas fees are really low on Pulse, if you were doing it manually, you'd have to remember to compound every day and pay the gas on your own. With these vaults, you literally set it and forget it and build your position. So again, please spread the word. Not only do we want people participating in the Spark farms and vaults, but also the PulseX farms and vaults. So it's a win-win for everybody. And obviously we have our vested interest in Spark, but we want to build amazing products for Pulse as a whole. And this is just one example of how we're catering to the entire Pulse chain ecosystem. So, all right, awesome. LA, I think that covers it. Let me jump back over to my notes. Again, I don't know if I forgot anything in this section, but I think we're good.
So let's talk about how the community can really help us get the word out, and why this benefits you guys, even if you don't plan to go into these new vaults. So 200,000 or $300,000 worth of new TVL in these vaults is huge because that's generating a ton more daily volume in the vaults, which directly helps everyone who's staked in Sparkler. And so every single one of you who helps share a Twitter post, a DBank post, comment, like, retweet, quote a retweet, make a post of your own, record a YouTube video, whatever it may be, you are directly helping your own bags because we are bringing more users into the parts of the protocol that are directly generating fees for Sparkler. And so you're directly helping yourself and everyone in the protocol by helping to take those 30 seconds a day and spread the word. So we would really appreciate it if you can help us out in that way, and help yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Again, it's a win-win for everybody. Like Ellie said, the more TVL, the more volume. Even if people take profit in things other than the Spark token, it still accrues a net positive effect for not only our protocol, but again, a great product market fit for Pulse as a whole. So, and there are buttons as well. I should have showed it. Sorry, I'll do that next time. But there are buttons at the bottom of the vault sections that will automatically let you share to Twitter as well. So it's really easy, no excuse not to be able to help us spread the word. So, all right. Again, the timing of this is also really, really important because we want to continue to build the the hype and the TVL and the volume in the vaults because with our Perps platform coming, all of that factors in as well. So we're trying to again have a multi-prong approach that really positions Sparkswap to be your one-stop solution in all of DeFi on Pulse Chain. So that is the ultimate goal, and that's what we're working towards. And again, all of this plays into each other for the overall success. So, all right, awesome. Anything else in terms of the vaults before we get into some other bullish announcements?
No, I think that's it for the vaults.
All right, awesome. And again, if anybody has questions, please feel free to leave one in the live chat on YouTube, or you can join our EMP Telegram, I'm sorry, Discord, and leave a question in the question section there. We will get the questions at the end. So, all right, one of the reasons why we're trying to make this AMA a little short and sweet is we have a legendary AMA coming up after this one with the one and only Captain RG3. So those of you that are Hexicans, you will know who Captain is. He was on, very prominently featured in The Highest of Stakes with Richard himself. Again, that was the documentary that came out earlier this year. So I will be on his show at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard or 10 p.m. Eastern. So again, about 3 hours from now, and that will also be recorded if you can't make it. But please try to show up to that and give us some support. We've been working on this AMA for a while, and he finally has done some looking into my background and had some incredibly nice things to say already, and I can't wait to do a little chatting with the captain. Right, LA? Oh, we lost LA.
No, you didn't.
All
I
right,
just
there
was
she
not
is.
unmute button to work. Yeah, no, this is gonna be huge. I'm so excited for this one. And it just seems like every single one that every single new influencer that we get on an AMA with, it opens the door to yet another one because they post about it. And then another one that we've been working on will see that post and be like, it seems like you're talking to everyone. I feel left out. Now I need to talk to you guys. And
For
that's
sure.
exactly what happened last night. So we were able to actually book yet another one we've been working on. So it's just such great momentum. AJ's gonna have a wicked AMA tonight. I think it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. We again, it seems like the AMA train never did stop. So we're just rolling right through. And yeah, even a few more, right? I know the one we're not ready
Uh,
to announce yet, but we have another one too, right, LA?
yeah, we've got the pillars coming up on
Yeah,
Wednesday, and then
pillars.
we have one on Thursday. So it's gonna be huge. It was so funny. When I was booking the one on Thursday, I said, "Yeah, we're pretty open. We're just busy at 6:45 because we have our community AMA." And he said, "Oh, do you think everyone will be a little too overwhelmed if you have two in one day?" And he said, "No, I think we're good. Sometimes we do 20 in one week."
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. We what is it? Like Rodney Dangerfield. We're the hardest working people in crypto, right? LA? Man, that's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, so lots of AMAs coming again, and then a whole nother round as well. Not only when we are finally ready to announce a launch date for Perps, the Perpetuals platform, but also for Fusion. So, and again, we'll talk about that a little bit next, but the marketing train rolls on for sure, and the momentum has been incredible. Even some of the older interviews and influencers again today even from Thomas G from for those of you that remember him, he did a great video on YouTube and Twitter about Sparkswap. It's great to see a lot of the OGs coming around and supporting again, as well as Dane from Money Talk, right, LA? We had a great shout out from him too.
Yeah, we had a great shout out from him. And then following that, we got a tweet and a mention on his YouTube stream from your friend Somi. And then we also had another absolutely incredible article from Pulse Pereza, who is a member of our community. And he writes some of the most thorough, in-depth, like very well-written articles. This is his second one. He wrote it about the upcoming Perps platform that we're launching. If you haven't had a chance to go give that a read, definitely do so.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, amazing content and just somebody from the community that has been putting in the work. So shout out to you, Pulse Preza, again, everybody that contributes to the overall growth of this project is, helping their own bags. And that's the beauty of this. I mean, we never had a pre-sale. We never got any funds from VCs. We did a completely fair launch, and it's a community-run and led project, and all of you that put in the work are only helping to secure your own success in the future. So really, really appreciate all of you that do take the extra step and all that. So, and speaking of well-written articles, we have some updates too about the Sparkswap Medium, right, LA? Or
Yeah.
maybe moving to another platform. I think you got Medium figured out though. Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to be launching our Sparkswap Medium account. I am getting that all finalized. It's going to be launched by the end of the week. And that's very much going to serve as our educational platform where we can send anyone who's new, where all of those write-ups and links to Vino's videos and everything are going to be that were sent out in the emails from the educational series. And then we're going to also work on some new ones for the vaults and for perps and everything. So those are all going to be housed there along with some like exciting announcements and stuff like that. But I am also looking into an alternate one that was suggested to me that's more crypto friendly. So if I do find that that's going to be a better alternative, I may switch gears. But for now, I have started putting all the articles up on Medium. So we're going to go forward with that for now. And we may do both or we may switch gears. But as of right now, Medium's coming out by the end of the week.
All
The
right.
only thing that I'm loving about Medium is they've switched their platform a bit. So if you read more than 3 articles a week, they're wanting you to pay for a subscription. So that's not the most ideal. But yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, again, we're hoping to have, maybe a couple articles a month, not 3 in a week. So, but those articles will be really in depth. So please, again, especially if you're not a native English speaker, the articles are really great because you can translate them, and a lot of people are much better at reading information than listening to it. So, please help us spread the word on those. And last but not least, we're making major headway again with the Perps platform. So, all of you that have been here know that we made a really mega announcement about a week ago. We will be bringing a leverage trading element to SparkSwap, and it is very different than what's available on Pulse right now. So, there is one great option. Again, Fame, I'll say it by name because I really like the developers, and they seem like they're great and trustworthy devs, but it is a GMX fork, and that is very limiting because you have to have fully collateralized trades. If there isn't enough collateral, the trades will actually either automatically close or you won't be able to place any new trades. And so we have a much different model. It's actually a reverse engineered perpetual platform or proprietary perpetual platform, say that 10 times fast, of our own. It's based on the GNS protocol, and all the trades are actually settled in sDai. So this is really much more efficient. Again, you will also be able to trade, pretty much any meme token or any token with substantial liquidity that can't be, manipulated too bad on Pulse as a whole, and even some other synthetic tokens as well from other chains. So we have a ton in the works. Again, we'll have a full white paper and breakdown of what we're doing. But this is so bullish because again, Richard Darden said it himself. He loves platforms that allow you to, bet against Pulse and PulseX and Hex. So he says, bring on the haters. If they want to short, let them do it. Again, we're not, we don't really promote leverage trading, but it is a great, it's a great fit for anybody that wants to do that again. So we'll have a lot more info as it comes. And at the end of the day, we're all winning because the fact that all the trades are settled in sDai means massive volume on sDai and uh, our protocol as a whole, swap fees, bridge fees, you name it. So, and again, the vast majority of that always comes home to help Sparkler. So if you're not in Sparkler, you need to be if you want to get the real yield from the protocol. So, all right. I think
Or-
that, yeah, go ahead, Elliot. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, that you covered it for sure for Perps.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I did want to back up just 1 second and cover something that we forgot to when it comes to the vaults, if you
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
I did
absolutely. Go
want
ahead.
you to touch base. I did want you to touch base on the new vaults and a suggestion regarding why it may not be the best idea to move around your existing positions in order to go into the new vaults.
Yeah, no, great point. I know we touched on that in the official announcement for those that actually read it. But yeah, I mean, again, everything that we do, we never try to cannibalize, anybody's positions or, add additional, potential risk in selling one asset for another. So yeah, the whole idea with these farms and the boosted vaults now is that not only is it providing exposure to PulseX and PulseX through Ink rewards because again, all the PulseX farms produce Ink rewards rather than Spark rewards. So that is super bullish because it's not necessarily additional sell pressure on Spark because you're earning Ink. And some of you may be very bullish on Ink. You could burn your ETF uh, for more Ink if you wanted to. So again, there's no right or wrong answer. And I'm not here to say one is better than the other. It's simply about diversifying. And like we did say earlier, the more volume and the more TVL in all of the vaults, the better for Sparkswap overall. So what you don't want to do is leave a position that you're in, unless of course you calculate your the opportunity cost that goes along with that. Again, the Spark PLS and the um, Spark sDai, those LPs will always be paying the most out of anything. So, obviously we say don't leave those for sure. But if you're in any other LPs, or maybe you're in some of the I'm sorry, the PulseX farms on SparkSwap still, it would be a good reason to move those those vaults or farms. However, just remember you're going to get hit with the withdrawal fee. So there is a lot of opportunity costs. At the end of the day, what we're saying is it's always better to use fresh capital to diversify into other vaults. So don't cannibalize your own positions to chase the APR, because eventually, again, after the 2 weeks are over, these APRs will be a lot more normal. They'll still be higher than, again, like I said, because the I mean, they're higher than if you were just in the PulseX farms manually. But just remember, there's a lot of variables. So, yeah, does that help, LA? I know it's a little bit of a long-winded response, but I want to make sure we frame it for everybody.
No, it makes sense. And we personally can't control, how thin that bonus gets spread. We're gonna
For sure.
keep promoting our asses off, and we're gonna get as high of TVLs in those vaults as possible. And so if you put your whole position into those boosted vaults because of the boost, even though we suggested that you don't, and then we promote our butts off, and um, the the APY goes down because there's a ton of TVL in them, and you get upset. I mean, it's not our fault. Just
For
yeah.
sure. No, absolutely. And either way, I mean, even if there was all the TVL in those vaults, once the boosted vaults go away, those vaults will still remain. They just won't have the additional boost. And again, even if we were able to absorb all the TVL from those farms, which would be incredible, the because of that auto compounding, it is a higher APY than you'll find anywhere else for sure.
Exactly. And that's why, regardless of when the boosted period is over, it's still the best option for those who are holding those LPs, or even if they're not and they want to just zap in and they just have spare funds to invest on Pulse Chain and they haven't had a chance to get involved in Sparkswap yet, or if you already are involved in Sparkswap and just have, liquid capital that you want to um, deepen your position, it is still a great option.
100%. All right, awesome. All right, so I think that pretty much covers everything with Sparkswap. Again, I do see some questions we'll get to at the very end, so definitely keep them coming in the live chat. But yeah, anything else you're gonna add before we move on to EMP?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right, awesome.
Oh,
So, yeah, okay.
um, if you do have like a favorite YouTuber or influencer that you haven't seen us get on an AMA with yet, feel free to tag them in any of our posts with the really big announcements and stuff, and in a comment saying, "Hey, get on. You should get on an AMA with these guys," or something. If you follow them and you regularly interact with their posts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any kind of exposure we can get is great. Again, we do that on our own behind the scenes, but obviously the community is what matters. So I know again, I think they call it a Twitter raid, or a raid, something like that. If everybody tags a certain influencer, again, please don't spam, but help us get the word out for sure. And yeah, we're gonna really start ramping that up. And like Elliot said, mentioned earlier, uh, if it's a snowball effect because if we're on one show and the larger shows we get on and the larger AMAs we do, then that is a snowball effect because other large influencers want to have us as well. So, all right, awesome. All right, moving on to EMP. Again, LA, this is your department. You have some really great news about our email sign up. So you want to talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that?
Yes, I'm so excited. So we're officially ready to open up the next round of email list signups. I know a lot of you were really excited about the recent SparkSwap educational series we put out over emails in January, and are really looking forward to the one we'll have coming up on Fusion. And a lot of you expressed interest in getting signed up for the list because you're not yet on it and you weren't receiving those emails. So we're opening up signups for the list. I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the comments here. And then I will be making an official post in all of the groups. Note that if you already are on the email list and you already are receiving our emails, there is no need to sign up again because this is only for people that are not yet on the list. But yeah, so sign up for the list and you will start receiving all of our emails. We tend to send out emails when there's big news, and we're going to be doing educational series, like I said, on the protocols, and yeah, that's kind of about it.
Awesome. Yeah.
So EMPmoneynews.com.
Yeah, 100%. Again, LA puts a lot of effort into that, and the email is again, even in the world of degens, Telegram or Discord seems to reign supreme, especially crypto Twitter. But you can't argue with email engagement as well. We've had some great success with all of our direct marketing through emails. So if you again are not signed up, please feel free. If you're already signed up, don't worry about it. You're on the list, but you can check out more at EMPmoneynews.com. All right. Again, everybody, when Fusion, the infamous meme, we made some major progress and announcements last week. We're continuing to make progress. Again, we've had a third-party company, DeFi Moon, undergo an audit, a preliminary audit for us. That's hopefully going to be wrapping up here shortly. And then depending on what they find, we may have to do some minor edits, we may have to do some major edits, but after that, then it could be go time. So we're getting really close. We haven't announced the date. It will depend on what the audit finds. But in terms of getting it over the finish line, we are closer than ever, and we'll keep all of you up to date on all that. Once we do announce a launch date, again, we also need to have at least 2 weeks of lead time is what we're hoping for to actually market. Again, we have literally tens of thousands of dollars that we have already prepaid in AMAs and influencers and everybody that has been wanting Fusion for the last year are dying to give an update on Fusion. So it will be a great run up to sacrifice phase, and the momentum from that could be absolutely massive. And if you couple that advertising momentum, the hype for Fusion launch, the sacrifice itself, all the other things we're doing in the background by reducing liquidity and promoting again everybody getting that peg bonus, not financial advice, but it's a matter of when, not if, we get back to peg. So all of that is really exciting, and all of it will come together. So please just continue to be as patient as you can be, and we will be very clear and give you plenty of time to prepare. Although you should have already prepared, and don't be that guy or gal that says, "Man, I wish I had more time," knowing when Fusion was going to launch, because I think we've all had more than enough time to prepare. So, all right, anything you want to add about that, LA?
No, I think you said it best right there.
All right, awesome. So, all right, some other really quick updates too. I know a lot of you have been asking about this. There was a bit of an issue with the Dodge contracts in terms of the rollover. It seems like on Reactor and Generator specifically, the rollover was triggering a bit early, and for whatever reason, and then that affected. It made it appear as if the LP rewards were lower than they should have been. So the good news is, again, because it was more of a rollover issue, all the funds that did roll over still went into, the contract itself, and now it's 100% fixed. So today, everything went well. We are still seeing that the actual rollover get stuck a little bit. Detonator got stuck today, but we're trying to fix it. A lot of it has to do with the chain itself, not even the code. Again, I mean, things can work perfect for years, and then all of a sudden, we have an issue. But as far as what we're seeing, there are no issues with the code, and we're hoping to again get it all figured out. So I know
I
LA
have
Jake has been on it.
yeah,
Yeah, do you have an update? Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. I did speak to Jake briefly while we've been on the AMA regarding today's detonator. So if no one has actually interacted with the detonator prior to the rollover, it won't actually roll over until someone does. And so that's what happened today. So once someone has actually interacted with the contract, then the rollover can happen. And so if there's kind of like a day out of the blue moon where no one has interacted with it, that can, on rare occasions, happen.
All right, there you go. So again, if you if you've forgotten about detonator, maybe come back and trigger the rollover as well. So all right, awesome. And on that note too, we're also getting really close with the Sentinel migration. So that again is moved up the priority list as we knock out the other things that was still left to do goes up that list. And so again, hopefully, I don't want to say a date because we always get in trouble, but within hopefully in the next few days. Again, I heard from Jake earlier today, and we're almost ready for that migration. Again, the reason we had to do that was that what it was paying out in the eShare MDB. MDB is no longer a protocol, and so now you'll be getting eShare BNB, which is what the LP actually is. And all of you that have held your Sentinels, once that happens, you should get your rewards. Again, they have been accumulating the whole time, so nobody should lose out. So, all right. Again, anything you want to add, LA? I know it seems like between all of our meetings, I'm on a meeting, you're on a meeting, you hear from some of the dev team, I hear from some of the dev team, but I think we covered it all today. So, yeah.
I think so. I think we just have some questions to cover in the YouTube comments. There's none on Discord, so we just have these ones here.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I can go through them. And one more thing, I forgot to even tell LA. I just wanted to cover really great was the EMP bond. So again, we're gonna try to mention these on all the AMAs now moving forward. The EMP bonds are doing really well. There are a lot on the market right now for those that want to, lock in some profits. Again, a great way to, like we were talking about earlier, DCA or take some risk off the table by buying these bonds, you can earn again. I mean, it's still about 5% a month on the bond. So, again, not financial advice, but I know a lot of people have been really interested in those. They are on BSC, EMP.Money, or EMP.Bonds.com. We'll post the link in our socials again. But definitely check those out. And you can use the bridge from Spark or Sparkswap and Pulse and bridge over to pick up some of those bonds if you're interested. So, all right, now let's move into questions. I know a lot of people are super bullish. Shout out to Cool Sheet. Again, dropped another banger today. I didn't have it ready for the intro, but maybe later this week we will have the new song for the intro. He's been dropping almost like one or two tracks a week, LA. Cool Sheet's been on fire, man. Right?
I really like today's song.
Yeah, it's a little
It's so-
it's a little edgy, so we may not have that one as our intro, but I don't know. We probably can. I mean, what we had your sack video on the last one, so this one probably would be all right. But yeah, it's hilarious. Again, Cool Sheet has been killing it. We also have a new song coming out from DeFi Proof. Again, he teased that earlier today, so that will also be for those that remember the original Detonator and EMP intro, DeFi Proof has another Pulse Chain specific song coming out, and DeFi D's as well had another song about Spark earlier in the week. So I was joking. I said we need to have Spark Row instead of the Death Row records, right, LA? We have a lot of talented people in the community for sure.
Hell yes.
Cool. All right, I'm still waiting for an LA Cool Sheet collab. So
Mail
yeah,
tone. I love it.
yeah, no doubt. All right, awesome. All right, what else? I see. Gravy said I tried to move my vaults over to the new ones, and they are not accessible. I can see my LPs on DBank, but vault's not showing. Is this because of the new vault launch? So, Gravy, I think So I think you're referring to the ability to migrate your vaults from one vault to another. I do know that Dex CEO Jake from Dex Finance said that that is something they're working on. But again, because it's cross-chain to Pulse, which is a new chain that's been added, they weren't quite ready for that. So, but they are working on it, and I do think eventually you will be able to migrate your your vault from an existing vault that's not on Pulse to a vault on Pulse. Again, it will essentially zap out of the vault that you're in and zap into the new vault. But that might be a better question for Jake directly, and we will have him on some of the future AMAs. But yeah, LA, do you remember anybody asking that or any other info if you want to add?
No, but I'm wondering if he means He can see it on DBank, but not in his vault. I've seen them asking the opposite. So when we first launched the new vaults last time, so
Okay, yeah, I
I'm
know. Yeah, the new vaults may take a little while to populate. But I haven't even looked. Are they LA? That's a good question. Are the brand new vaults already on DBank? That
well,
we
he's saying them on. He can see his LPs on DBank, but the vaults are not. Oh, the vaults are not showing on DBank. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's because it takes 24 to 48 hours when we launch the new ones for them to show up on DBank and Ravi.
Okay, there
But
you
if
go.
it shows up on the Vault UI, you're good. You just have to if you have your LPs, you just have to deposit them on into the vaults if that's what you're intending to do.
All right, hopefully that helps, Gravy. Sorry about that, but yeah, I think either way, the migration of vaults is coming, and again, the actual DBank or Ravi tracking usually happens within 24 hours. So we now have a direct line to the guys at DBank with all the updates we've been pushing out. So yeah, all right, awesome. You're not broke. I know that scares me every time. Now that I'm using Ravi so much, I love that it tracks your overall position. But if you deposit into something that isn't tracked, you get a bit of a heart attack. So I know what you mean, Gravy. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, all the LP, all the value is still there, and it will register soon. So all right. What else do we have? I think that looks like it. Yeah, I know somebody mentioned Chris Farrell. Yes, we will be doing a follow-up AMA with him as well. I know a lot of you are from his community. Love Chris. We will definitely have that. Actually, was speaking to him yesterday. So yeah, we will again everybody that we've ever talked about EMP and Fusion with, we will definitely circle back around for an update about Fusion and give everybody, plenty of time to get back involved. All right. I think that's it. LA, was there any
One
other
more
ones? Okay.
is the performance reading wrong in some of the vaults? I feel like my balance shouldn't be going down in the sDai vault.
Yeah, so the performance or P&L section, they are working on a fix. We talked about this earlier on, I think right after the vaults originally launched. So there are a few variables in that. Again, so I'll just list them, and then the short answer is yes, it is sometimes a false positive, and you shouldn't be losing value, but it shows on the UI that way. And the reasons are a few different things. So you have to remember that sDai does fluctuate. So again, we have our own arbitrage bots and we have very deep liquidity, but sometimes sDai is as low as 98 cents, and sometimes sDai is as high as 102 cents. So there's about a 4 or 5 cent fluctuation, and when you're talking a lot of sDai, that could read as a discrepancy. And so depending on the time of the compound, depending on the time that you bought the sDai, there's a lot of variables that that 1 or 2 cents difference can read as a loss when it really isn't, because again, ultimately the sDai will maintain parity at $1. So just give it time to update. And with Pulse Chain, again, the UI isn't instant as well. So, there's a lot of data that we have to pull from for the vaults. So, depending on the internet connection, the, servers of the database, the chain itself, there's a lot of again, variables that can make the UI lag or show results that aren't necessarily the case. So, I would just monitor it over, a longer period of time. If it continues to be a discrepancy, please reach out to us. But, these vaults have been tested for, God, I don't even know, 2 years plus, over on Arbitrum and everywhere else. So, we're extremely confident in the code. It should not be a code issue. It's just sometimes the UI is an issue. So again, LA, I don't know if you want to add to that. I know you've talked to Jake about that a few times, but yeah,
I don't have anything to add to that particular question.
okay, perfect. All right, so yeah, and again, if you have any other issues, please feel free to open a ticket on Discord or reach out to an admin on Telegram. Okay.
Okay, I think that's it. So, the link for the live stream with the captain is in the announcements or pins of all of our groups. So please make sure to join us if you can. It's happening at 10 p.m. Eastern. We would love to see you there, guys. And yes, cool sheet. I would love a collab.
I love it. There you go. All right. You heard it here first. So, all right, awesome. Yeah, actually, LA, thank you for all the hard work behind the scenes. Again, we've been killing it this week, making a lot of headway with loose ends and marketing and obviously dev work as well. So, thank you all for being here. Remember, this is an ecosystem now. I know there was one comment at the end here about I thought this AMA was about EMP. Well, that's the beauty of what we're building now. So these AMAs will be about our entire ecosystem, and whether you're bullish on Pulse or Richard Hart or me or any ETH, EMP, LA, anybody, the idea is that you want to support the protocols that support Fusion, and that is the whole point of all this. If you're bullish on Fusion, you should be bullish on everything that we put out because that is directly adding revenue and contributing to the success of your bags. So yeah, LA, I don't know if you want to add to that, but it's a little frustrating when people don't realize that.
No, it's totally true. If you're not on the train yet, get the fuck on because we are expanding and we are growing at a rapid pace and we're not planning to slow down anytime soon. So get on board, baby.
I love it. Let's go. Hell yeah,
I
LA.
realized I forgot to like just even mention what the hell we've been up to all weekend. Um,
Yeah,
we
definitely.
uh we spent the weekend having kind of a catch-up weekend, which felt really good because um there's been ideas that AJ and I have had for such a long time that like my brain works in such a crazy way where I just like cook up so much stuff and then I'll call up AJ and we'll just like nerd out about it and bounce so many ideas back and forth. And we have so many ideas for things that we want to do to help market the protocols and stuff. But on a daily basis, we just get so busy with all the things that we're launching and managing the groups and all the stuff that we're doing that it's just so hard to implement all of those ideas. So we just took the last like 4 days and just spent it like working our asses off implementing a ton of these ideas. And so and then just like catching up on things like creating the email list website and the medium and all these things that kind of fall through the cracks. So it felt really good to just get so many things done that are not the usual scope of work, that are kind of expanding outwards in new directions that are going to have new effects on helping us expand in all of our projects. So really excited about that. And that kind of brought some new juice into me. Like I feel jazzed up about it. So it's
Yeah,
good stuff.
absolutely, LA. Again, we have so much going on, so many irons in the fire, but it feels really good to get focused. Again, tie up all the loose ends, and then continue, our energy in that laser focus of success. So yeah, this weekend was a lot of that. And speaking of that too, you reminded me, you and Jake, Dex CEO Jake, we're cooking up another D-Bank blast as well, right? I think that went
Yeah,
out today. That was killer. Yeah,
yeah, I think we sent out what 4 or 5 thousand messages to our followers on DBank about the new vaults today.
yeah. So again, there's just so many things happening that even on these AMAs, sometimes we forget to mention it, or it falls through the cracks. But yeah, I could not be more proud of the community, of our team, of where we're at right now in terms of development and getting the power and help that we need behind the scenes. So yeah, just super super bullish as we move forward, and yeah, lots of other updates too. Again, the next few AMAs, we are going to have some partner projects on, two of which we have been they're familiar faces that a lot of you have already heard about. So keep an eye out for those in the next few AMAs as well. Which again, all of it feeds Spark and Fusion. So like LA said, if you're not on the train by now, we don't know what to tell you, but the train is leaving the station. So
It's
yeah.
not one of those regular trains. It's one of those bullet trains, like in Japan. It goes so fast.
Yeah, yes, no doubt. Yeah, you don't want to be riding on top of one of those when it leaves the station, right? Yeah, so
Yep.
awesome. All right, well that'll do it. Again, we're gonna prepare for the chatting with the captain in about what 2 more hours now.
Yep.
Captain, yeah, RG3. Again, please make sure if you're up, I know depending on where you are in the world, if you can join us live and really show some support, show them how powerful the Emperors and the Sparkies are. That would be greatly appreciated, and we will post the recording afterwards as well. But all right, LA, any final words?
Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button again. Be a rabbit, not a turtle.
All right,
and and we love all you guys. Thank you for being the inspiration behind the hard work, and let's keep growing and expanding these ecosystems so that we can all travel towards greatness where we belong.
100%. Right on. On that note, again, LA always wraps it up so poetically. So I don't have any more to add. Be a rabbit, not a turtle. There you go. So, all right, everybody. We appreciate all of you. And again, please make sure to join us on all the upcoming AMAs. We'll be releasing some other announcements this week as well. So make sure you're tuned in to our Telegram, our Twitter, and our Discord. Uh, make sure you're following pinned messages only and do not fall for any scams. We will never direct message you. We will never ask for money. We will never post a contract address or ask you to interact with anything other than our actual websites. All right. Good night. Oh, wait, one more thing. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button on the way out. And again, please share the news about all the new vaults with the Pulse Chain community as a whole. So, all right, now, good night, good day. We will see you on Thursday.